Mystic Michaela spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela. Today we are talking about toxic mom groups and how your aura color functions in a mom group community. But first, hey Scotty.
Hey guys. Well, I remember when Bree was born.
Yeah.
I was in a mom group.
Sure.
You know, very toxic.
Yeah.
Extremely toxic.
Were you the toxic one?
I was the toxic
Were you
one.
like everyone race strollers? Who has the fastest stroller?
Yes. Well, we would compare stroller prices.
Stroller prices.
Like who has the most expensive stroller.
Yeah.
That was a big topic of conversation. It was interesting. Everyone's child in my mom's group was a genius. Everyone was a genius.
That's true.
Everyone was the first to clap, walk, smell.
That's true.
You know, go to the potty, whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone was a
Mine
genius.
rolled over first. He's a genius.
Yeah, right.
He's a genius.
Right. So, yeah, that's where I think you got in trouble. But
Okay,
yeah.
that's really funny. Okay, well, I was the one in the mom groups,
Yeah.
and you were the one who was listening to my trials and tribulations.
Yes, you would tell me your tales.
Yes, but today we're talking about what your aura color needs from a mom group. But where did this originate? Where did this topic come from? Well, over on Substack, the chat aura culture and I were like, hey, Mystic Michaela, can you talk about this Ashley Tisdale drama? Okay. And I was just reading about it that day. I was like, oh my gosh. So I thought that would be like a cool podcast topic.
I thought that was someone that was in the chat on Substack. I didn't know who that was.
You're like, I don't know who Ashley Tisdale. All right, so here it is. So Ashley Tisdale, and this is going to be really short. This is just to surmise it. She is like an actress and a singer, and she's famous. And she thought she finally found her mom village until it started, I guess, to feel more hurtful than helpful. But then in this past December, she wrote in her own blog on her website, and she wrote this blog post titled, "You're allowed to leave your mom group." And it went viral. And she's like, oh, I felt left out, and it felt too high school, and I had to text them all and tell them this. And everyone's like, who's in her mom group? Oh, some very other famous people. So it's kind of like everyone's like, oh my gosh, who's toxic? Because the people in our group are Hilary Duff, Mandy Moore, Meghan Trainor, and like a bunch of other kind of like some other influence. It's actually a really big mom group. Like my Indigo's like, ooh, no thank you. But like it's some other influencers and whatnot. So I thought I'd go through just very quickly because everyone's like, what are their aura colors? Just very quickly. But then we're going to make it about you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the listener and your aura and what it is. So this is what I think happened. Okay. Like there's this viral like group photo of them all. They're all wearing like matching sweatsuits. And in the middle is Hilary Duff. And if these are just strangers, because I do this for a living, guys, and you'll hand me like a picture of your friend group or whatever, and immediately all the energy usually goes to like the ringleader. And Hilary, to me, feels like the ringleader. Now, this doesn't mean it's negative. This doesn't mean it's positive. I just feel like she has more leadership energy in the group than the other girls. And I do feel like she's the center of the energy, and they all kind of listen and blossom and react to her and her, I guess, inclinations, if that makes sense. So she feels like the queen bee. Okay. She's yellow-purple. Hilary Duff has a yellow-purple aura. Yellow-purples, I will say, are more decisive. They kind of know what they want. They're really good at understanding a group dynamic, energetically, but also still organizing it. So I feel like she's the one kind of in charge of a lot of these things. And then when I look at Ashley Tisdale, she's purple-blue, but she wears like a GSD, get stuff done, yellow aura color. So I feel like Ashley and I don't know these people. This is just my feelings. I feel like she was like, who died and made you the queen of this group? Which is very purple blue of somebody to be, which, I mean, it's just kind of like, okay, like just because you say it's happening at 4 or just because we're meeting at this park, a little bit of rebellion might have been like, this is annoying, and then maybe she was pushing against it and then maybe she stopped getting invited, and then the other girls are going to fall to the leader, not to Ashley. And then when I look at Mandy Moore, I feel like if she wasn't an actress, would be like a yellow indigo coastal granny that just lives in her world and can't be bothered. Because she's an actress, she's very blue to go. She's got like a very private bubble or shell around her. She has yellow, and she's got a little bit of a buttoned up vibe, but she does have purple. But I feel like that's from the industry. honestly, it feels like it can stress her out or it's uncomfortable on her. So I get she just doesn't want to be bothered, is my long story short of this. And she's very protected. She doesn't like to be involved in drama or have any sort of, if there's drama, if there's conflict, it's like she'll just kind of ghost out of it. That's kind of what I get with Mandy. And then with Meghan Trainor, she has a really interesting aura color. She's kind of blue coys with yellow purple. Meghan Trainor to me feels like a little, and it's funny, Meghan Trainor and Ashley Tisdale, I think they're the only ones that still follow each other or something, because this internet sleuth looked into that.
Okay.
And Meghan Trainor to me feels like she's just kind of like shrug, like neutral. What are you talking about? Like either way, like, okay, whatever. Like she's just too busy. She's too in her own life right now. Like she can't give energy either way. So I feel like they invite her because she's Meghan Trainor. And they're like, oh, that's a great name to have in our group. You know, I do feel like, but I feel like with her, she's just like, okay, if it's neutral energy, I'll show up. If it's weird, I'll back out. Like, so I just don't get the investment from her. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I have so many theories on this.
Oh.
And I'm just going to, should I say my theories?
Sure.
I mean, does anyone even really care? I'm not a mom, so it's like, I don't know even if I have a valuable
I feel like a lot of us moms have like partners that we tell these things to.
Look, this is what I would say. People are people, right?
Yeah.
So we joked at the beginning, like, you know, the moms that you dealt with, you know, who said the word cupcake first, the first two syllable, you know.
You mean like which kid said it first?
Yeah, right. Which kid said it first?
Which kid's the smartest?
Exactly.
That was always like your pet peeve.
Yeah. So I'm assuming with these people, like Hillary Duff, whatever, Meghan Trainor, they're like, which kid is like the best singer first or actress
That's
first,
really funny.
or you know, which one is going to be the biggest Broadway star?
Right.
And they're probably all saying this to each other.
Okay, yeah.
And look, I don't want to make fun of these people, but there seems like a little bit of a commonality that these, and I don't want to be mean here,
like
they're not A-list stars, right? These are kind of like more. They had a moment.
They're cult favorites. They're of a generation.
Yes.
They're millennial favorites.
Yeah. We're not dealing with like the Taylor Swifts of the world and the Leonardo DiCaprios here.
Yeah.
You know, we're dealing with people who had a moment.
Right.
And maybe that moment's gone.
Okay.
And now they're all in this group together.
Yeah.
Trying to get that moment.
They're still hustling.
They're still hustling.
Okay, got it. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So maybe like
they're working. They work really hard.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And maybe they're all trying to, you know, kind of like a Housewives episode where like, you know, I did this, I did that.
So you're saying it's competition.
I think it would be. That's my theory.
This is a competitive group.
I think it's a very competitive mom group.
A lot of mom groups are competitive.
Yes.
And that is something that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. And I also noticed you said everyone has yellow.
Yeah.
And then this Ashley person is wearing yellow.
Yeah, she's not quite yellow.
So that probably seems like you have to have that in this group. Maybe in all mom groups.
Well, I can see with Ashley, it was like, I don't want to follow your rules.
Yeah.
You know? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, and they're not going to be outwardly mean to her. They're just going to stop. Yeah. She probably was left out. But sometimes like it's just not the group for you. Right. That's the other thing. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay. Like we can't expect to be in every group and we don't want to be.
So I guess my question then would be for you and all the moms out there.
Yeah.
Why do you join these groups?
Why do we join these? What is wrong with us? Okay, yes. Let's talk about, before we get into aura colors, let's talk about spirituality and community. When you have a child, and if you're interested in more about like what child, you know, being a parent does to you spiritually, I did a whole episode on postpartum. I'll link it somewhere. But anyways, yeah. But it's an identity shift. You're not who you are anymore. And while you love everyone in your life that you currently have, if they're not on the same page as you, like they're getting up every 3 hours with an infant and they're sleep deprived and their whole life is like, did my child burp? You know, what is in the diaper? Like you are so in that thinking that's your whole entire world. You kind of need other people to get it. Otherwise, you feel so isolated, like on an island. So spiritually, to continue to just feel connected, you need to be around people who are in the same space as you, mindfully. The problem is a lot of us tend to favor, okay, you know, you have a 6-month-old, I have a 6-month-old. That's the only thing we have in common. That's also the most biggest thing going on in our life and the most important focus of our life right now, but that's also the only thing we have in common. Other than that, we're completely different people, other than this one commonality, and that's where the problems happen. Because a lot of times we'll throw ourselves in groups just because, okay, well, they all have babies and I have a baby. So that's like throwing yourself on every date possible. Well, he's single and I'm single, so we should date. Like, not necessarily. Like, we have to kind of, like, that one big life particularity doesn't make a friendship, doesn't make a connection fruitful long term. And so you're just so alone. In order to continue feeling connected to self and community and spirit and your growth, you are seeking out people that tend to share the same mind space as you. So I feel like that's the reason why we join. And communities, the other thing is we aren't supported as mothers and fathers too. I don't want to, but I'm just making this a mom episode. Mothers aren't supported by society. It's like, okay, you had a baby, go back to work. And you have to figure out childcare, and you have to do everything. And it's just like, it's like a lot of stress. And it's a lot of like, oh my gosh, like free falling. So we do need other people to help us. So we are grasping at a village. We need that village. But sometimes it takes time to find the right village. And that's what we're talking about today, to streamline it a little bit differently. Or also like find closure if you didn't have the greatest experience with mom groups. Maybe you're past that point in your life, you didn't have experience. And also, I just want to give a little love to those of you who don't have kids, but you are that person to the people in your life with kids. These are the aunties, the best friends. Like, thank you for still going to your friend's house and understanding that this is what she's going to talk about. And she's going through something right now. And you still show up and you're like, okay, we're just hanging out with the baby today. Cool. Like that. Thank you to you people too, because then they don't have to go out and find other people. They have you. So thank you.
Yeah. I guess to sum that up, you're in the same walk of life.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the kids choose the adults that you're going to be hanging out with.
Yeah.
It's not that you've chose the person. Right. Like maybe in college you chose the person, or wherever, high school, but now your kid's choosing the person.
Just because like, you have a 6 month, I have a 6 month.
Right.
Should we be best friends? Like, no.
It's funny for you because like you did have a mom group with Bree, but then with Abby, and there is 6 year difference between the two. I don't recall you having such a mom group.
I let that go.
I think, maybe it was just.
Yeah, but because I have a 16-year-old and a 10-year-old, so when my 16-year-old was like a baby, I did all the things.
Right.
And I did not fit into any of them, by the way. And then the ones I did fit into, it was fine. It was just, I'm always kind of like, maybe it's my indigo. I'm always kind of like the extra, or I was used to them like not always inviting me. I'm like, oh, whatever. I was just too tired to care. I'm better one-on-one like that. But but with Abby, I was like, oh, screw that. Like, we're good.
We're good. I got this.
Yeah, me and you, Abby, we be besties. We do not need a community. Like, which I don't think that's good either, but it worked for us.
Yeah. Well, whatever works for you, right? All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about moms, groups, and aura color.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
We are talking about wild grain.
Yes, the box just came the other day.
It did. This episode of Know Your Aura is brought to you by Wild Grain. Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh pastas. Plus, all items conveniently bake in 25 minutes or less. Unlike many store-bought options, Wild Grain uses simple ingredients you can pronounce and a slow fermentation process that can be easier on your belly and richer in nutrients and antioxidants. There's no preservatives and no shortcuts. Wild Grain's boxes are fully customizable. In addition to their variety box, they have a gluten-free box, vegan box, and a new protein box. What was your favorite thing from the box this month, Scotty?
Well, it was new. I just had the pitas. Oh, yes. Never had that before. They were excellent. So we had a little Mediterranean meal.
Yeah.
The best.
Really filling.
Very filling.
Like, I think my thing with Wild Grain is everything you eat like fills you up and makes you feel like, okay, I ate something.
Yeah, and I don't know how the science behind it works, but I'm assuming that's like the sourdough and the grains. And,
right. Yeah. And their chocolate croissants, they sent those in this month's box too. And oh my gosh.
You didn't eat them, did you? You ate my chocolate?
Don't hate me.
I bet you and Abby ate them.
Don't hate me.
I'm going right now.
One's not enough.
If there's one left, there better be one left.
There's nothing like having an artisan bakery in your freezer to chase away the winter chill. Now is the best time to stay in and enjoy comforting homemade meals with Wild Grain. I highly recommend giving Wild Grain a try. Right now, Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off your first box plus free croissants for life when you go to wildgrain.com/KYA to start your subscription today. That's $30 off your first box and free croissants for life when you visit wildgrain.com/KYA, or you can use promo code KYA at checkout. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
All right, let's talk about what your aura color needs from a mom group. So as I go through each aura color, we're going to talk about, the high vibrational and the nice connection that your aura might individually crave from this type of community. So you can find the right ones.
All right. So let's start with then indigos.
Indigos. So indigos are, absorbent empaths, and which means they feel other people's feelings as their own. And they can get very overwhelmed by a big group, and they can get very overwhelmed by small talk. Indigos kind of like to go straight to the deep stuff. So they really do crave a deeper connection, deep conversations, insight, spiritual insight. It's kind of like therapy in a way. They like intimate groups. So maybe you don't want such a huge group, or if you join a huge group, you're going to expect to break off. Small talk has to be a limit. You want more life-affirming chats. Like, yes, you want to talk about how much did my baby spit up today? Like, what, is that normal? But, like, you also want to be, like, balance that with, like, how are you growing? How are you parenting? Kind of, like, tying this into life purpose. So more deep talks, less small talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the perfect size would just be you and another person?
It could just be a duo.
A duo.
It could be, like, 4 people.
Right. Smaller would work better.
Smaller, that everyone's on the same page. And then also people don't take it so personally if you take a minute to respond, or, people that aren't so on top of you in that way, like where your energy and time is monitored by them. That's a good group for you too.
Okay. All right. Yellow
auras, yellows love organization, and they like to give their world structure. So what happens when you have a baby? All that goes out the window. And yellow moms, I feel like from a mom group, they really do crave a new sense of structure, foundation, support, stability, control. Like, okay, like maybe my life has totally done a 180, but there is play date at 9 a.m. and we're all meeting there on Monday, and at least that's going to happen. So they like that sense of stability at this unstable time. And they also, yellow aura moms in a group, they like to feel, okay, this is a new part of my life. Yellows love self-improvement. They love curiosity. They love to study themselves. So how can I take this chapter of my life, parenthood, and use it to improve myself? So I'll see yellow aura moms like, oh, I'm doing baby yoga. I'm doing yoga with the baby. I'm doing baby Pilates. I have a walking group. They're doing something where they're meeting up and self-improvement is combined with parenting, if that makes sense.
Now, I would think, and this is just my opinion, that the yellows are the one that first start your mom group. They could be the starter of a mom group.
This is true.
They might be the ones that obviously organize this mom group.
Yeah.
They could be the leaders even in these mom groups.
That's true.
And it's interesting because you said that
Hillary.
Ashley right, she's a yellow purple.
Yeah.
And everyone was yellow, but that Ashley Tisdale was really purple blue.
Yeah.
So she might have got that, and you said she got left out, right? So she might have got lost in the yellow shuffle, kind of, so to say.
A mom group might need a yellow aura.
Right.
At somewhere.
At
the helm.
Yeah.
Only because if a bunch of purples are running it,
right.
I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
So, like, I feel
and it would seem if it was a large yellow mom group.
Yeah.
You would have to get that yellow on yourself.
You have to.
You have to. I would think to stay in that group.
Yeah, just so that there's order to it and a sense of regularity, so that other people can't. It's like school, like somebody has to organize it, but we come and get something out of it. So it's responsibility. And then sometimes if a yellow aura is running a mom group, they're like, okay, this is what I want out of it. So they're organizing it around their own vision and their own thoughts and ideas and things that they're interested in. So if you're doing that, you want to make sure you're getting like-minded people that are on the same page as you too.
Okay. What about purples?
Oh, purples. You have a baby. You're like, okay, I'm not going to let this affect me or change me. I'm still going to, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I just lied to myself. Like, who am I? What's going on? I think purples have purples like change, but the way that they go through change, even, parenthood's like probably the biggest change you can go through, one of them. And they kind of start from scratch. So sometimes they tear themselves down and rebuild. It's like the only way they know to do it. So it's kind of like other moms. When you're a purple, you need that they can talk like this. I used to do this. I'm still this person. I'm just rebuilding myself in a new way. I haven't lost myself is a big need for purple moms to get out of a mom group. Like I can still laugh till I cry. I can still feel connected as an actual person, not just somebody that changes diapers. I can have fun. I look forward to my mom girls. We have a great time together. We laugh, we joke, we're not judgmental. It's a space where I feel comfortable and connected to this new identity as I grow it and build it and add to it or delete from it or whatever. So you just need kind of fun people, okay, in short, that you can laugh with and they're not judging you.
All right. What about the blues? Blue
auras love to help and assist and be part of community in general. They like to feed people, they love your babies and their babies. They're very into community and connection and support. They love the feeling of kindness and the collective, and they want this safe nest. Where's a safe nest for my baby to grow and your baby to grow, and they'll be friends forever, so it's kind of finding other moms who are soft and kind and supportive and who also they don't want to pit kids against each other. They don't this is about creating, not to overuse the word, but a village. I think blues are very concerned with having that village where I look out for your kid, you look out for my kid, and if I miss something, you'll tell me. And if I miss something, I'll tell you. And it's a sense of family. Blues are looking for family and a mom group, a new type of family.
All right. Let's move on to, should we do turquoises today?
Oh, I think so.
All right. We're going to include the turquoises.
I love my turquoise moms.
We always include them now.
Yes, we do.
I got so much slack for not sometimes including the turquoises.
The Turks.
But now we go above and beyond
to
make sure that they're involved.
Yes.
Turquoises.
Turks. Okay. I love my turquoises because these turquoise moms crack me up. Okay. So turquoises, very absorbent, very much they're kind of all over the place, but once they focus, they get laser focused on something. So when you have a baby and you're a turquoise, you're I am going to, and then sometimes they get stuck on something there will be no gluten in this home or something I don't mean to pick on you. It's just, or we will not have chemicals in our cleaning agents anymore, and they're doing it out of love and just a conviction. And they do need to be around other mothers who get that. Maybe they're not following it, but they do understand that. So, when your kid comes over, we're not having the gluten. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. They're not going to ridicule you for it. They're going to love you for it. They're not going to judge you for it. And then also turquoises, they like community in a collaborative way. So how do we explore new concepts? How do we vent? How do we think without judgment? They're a little bit of turquoise moms in a group, I think, want kind of a commune vibe or a co-op vibe where we're all doing this together. There's no judgment, but also we're free thinkers. So they need free thinking moms that don't say no to something right away. They're just okay, I hear you. Let me be open to that.
Okay. All right. A pink joy bubble mom enters the room.
Pink moms. A lot of pink moms revert back to, so pinks are forever kiddo energy. They're very, they're adults and they know how to make decisions and they can think for themselves and they're totally self-sufficient. They just haven't lost that sense of wonder or that access to joy. And being a parent can open that up for them all over again. And pink moms, I notice, love to be in charge of, we're doing this play date. It's going to work like this. We're having this craft. And they get into it the same as the kids do. And they start to think like the kids do too. They're we need more sparkles, or we're going to do it this way, or we need cupcakes. Pinks and yellows have a lot in common, and that is the vision. So when pink moms have some sort of vision for a mom group, it is, we're going to make moments together. We're going to have fun together. We're going to collectively have the joy bubble around us as we do this together. They're very in the moment with their kids. And sometimes a lot of their dreams can be a little aesthetic too, like we're going to do it this way. It has to be this color. They can get stuck on things like that. But you kind of need people that don't feel like that's naive. They're not going to judge you for it. They're not going to call you, airheady, or they're not going to label you for getting as into it as your kids are, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bring on the reds.
So reds, I have to lump like reds and greens together because it is hard to find them in mom groups.
Oh, okay.
They're usually, if they're in a mom group, how do I put it? They don't care if they're left out or not.
Yeah, that's like me, when I was in my red, I'm red, and I was in that mom group, I didn't care.
They don't care. Like, you lost, and they would never sit and be like, oh, was that personal that I was left, that there's a separate group chat or something? Like, they would never even, that wouldn't occur to them. Even if they notice it, they'd be like, whatever, and move on, I will give that to reds. But red moms, what do they need from a mom group? Reds are very independent, and they're very physically active. And they don't want to give up their own life goals just because they've gained new ones through parenthood. So they're very big on merging, like, I am a mom and I will do all the things I need to do as a mom, but I'm also this career and I will do all the things I need to do as this career. Or I am also an athlete and I will continue to do all these things as an athlete. Like, whatever it is, they're not going to sacrifice that, and they look for a mom community that helps them. That really helps them make sure that I'll watch your kids, you watch my kids. You support me, I support you. I don't tell you you can't do it. You don't tell me I can't do it. Like, it's a lot of supportive vibrations and affirmations, and also like active help. A lot of that. Like, well, what do you need? What do you need from me today? And I'll do that for you. And then you'll do that for me. So they kind of need teammates as a mom group. And then green moms are so earthy.
Right.
And they're very, like, how do I put it? I think in our current culture, a lot of moms are told to, maybe inadvertently told to be helicopters. Super not the green way. Green moms are kind of, so they can't be in a mom group that would judge them for that. Like, so green moms need a community that is a little bit earthy with them.
Okay.
So like, we're learning together, we're valuing physical confidence. And my kid is wearing this outfit today and it does not match. And also, we do not care. That's stupid. Like, it's fine. Like, things like that. Like, they value more like life experience, moms coming together and giving practical advice, research-based, help. Yeah. Not always emotional mushy. Reds and greens aren't as mushy emotionally. They're great listeners. So greens are great listeners, and they'll listen, and they want other moms that do that too. Like, well, let's listen. And then if there's a solution, I'll give it to you, but then hopefully you figure it out from there, right? Because I already said that. We're not going to like keep bringing it up and up and up and up and up. They don't understand that.
Yeah.
So.
Now, I have to say.
Yes.
And I don't get anxiety often.
Oh.
But you going through this list gave me a lot of anxiety.
Did it?
Yes, for moms and future moms.
Yeah.
Because, let's go through this quickly. Now, if you listen to this podcast, most likely you know your aura colors. And if you don't, that's your goal for this year to finally get confirmed. We said that in the first episode.
Yeah,
right?
So many ways to do it.
And now we're saying that most likely you're not choosing your mom group. Your child's choosing the mom group for you.
Yeah.
Right. So I could see with all these ways that these people think, and I didn't, back when Bree was when you were in the mom group the first time, I didn't really think this way.
Yeah.
But now, with knowing how each color thinks within the mom group, this seems like a recipe for absolute disaster.
It is. It can be.
Right. The way you were describing all these.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to calm down. I want to take a quick break.
Okay.
We come back. We're going to talk about when the group gets toxic, what are the problems that could arise in these groups?
I don't do New Year's resolution. I mean, short-term fads don't deliver long-term results, but science does, especially when it comes to skincare. That's why I've been using OneSkin. Their formulas are powered by OS1 peptide, a patented peptide built on longevity science proven to target aging at the cellular level. It's not about adding extra steps to your routine. It's about swapping in smarter ones. I have been using the OS1 face cream, the OS1 eye cream, the OS1 lip peptide, every morning and every night. The results I have been seeing from the cellular repair, it has kept my skin looking and feeling better than it's ever looked before. Known for its cult favorite formulas like the OS1 Body, OS1 Face, and OS1 Eye, OneSkin stands out for their science-first approach to aging, validated in 4 separate clinical studies, delivering hydration, barrier strengthening, and visible improvements to the skin with every product. All of OneSkin's products are designed to layer effortlessly and even replace multiple steps in your routine, managing long-term skin health. It makes it simpler and smarter at any age. Born from over 10 years of longevity research, OneSkin's OS1 peptide is proven to target the cells that cause the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock your healthiest skin now and as you age. So for a limited time, OneSkin is making it even easier to stay consistent with up to 30% off your first 3 subscription orders when you use code K1A at oneskin.co/KYA. That's up to 30% off with code KYA. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so you're right. This could be an easy recipe for a toxic mom group.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about signs you're in a toxic mom group. And then we're going to talk about aura color problematic moms, like how these signs of toxicity can manifest in aura color in different moms.
Yeah. And then with all these moms not knowing their aura colors.
Oh, I know.
This is a problem. We got to get this. We got to get this fixed.
This is my goal. Everyone needs to know their aura color so that at least you know what you're looking for in the mom group. I'm not saying like you're going to land in the right mom group immediately, but you'll know like, ooh, I got a piece out of this one and look for a new one.
Yeah.
You got to look around. It's like dating, guys. It's real awkward.
I'm going to tell you, I've never felt more that people just need to know their aura colors.
Right. Plus you're exhausted. That's the other thing. You're just like, oh, I'm too tired to make friends. This is what I got.
Well, I knew I was in a toxic mom group. So how did I know this?
Okay, let's see. How do you know you're in a toxic mom group? I mean, the first one is gossip. I mean, it's hard to avoid. You know, I think when people get together, they make observations. It's kind of what we do. The thing, though, is when it starts getting real nasty, or when you notice it being like a pattern, or when I think like gossip is there's gossip and then there's like we notice something and then we're bringing it to the person we're talking about's attention. You know, like if it in a way that's kind, that's not gossip. That's like, oh, you know, here we're coming to you like as sisters, like that kind of thing. But gossip, if you notice that part of the group's activity is to single someone out and constantly talk about them, guess who that's going to be eventually? It's going to be you, you know? So if you're participating or if you're just noticing it or you're observing, just notice like, oh, that's the group pattern. And that's really toxic. They just do it for fun, not to help anyone. Another thing is you feel like you're showing up to mom group and you're editing yourself. You're like, I can't say this. I can't say that I don't believe in that. I can't say that I'm not doing that for my kid. I can't say that I don't want to send my kid to that school because everyone's going to freak out. You should be allowed to say how you feel and what you're comfortable with, and people around you, like, you know, they don't always have to agree, but at least they can give you support and love as long as you're doing it in a supporting and loving way too. Or you don't feel like you're on the same page spiritually, which is like, you know, if you're listening to this podcast, chances are you're a woo-woo girly, even if you're on the down low about it. And like, you know, people, if you know everything superficial, it's going to get to you, you know, or people don't believe in things or they don't, or they're too like 3D, like everything's about materialism or what we have or labels, or it's about social class or things like that. That's like a vibration that could affect you. And you don't want to be with people that's how they measure success, you know, based on things or status. Also, another sign you're in a toxic mom group, nobody talks about anything deep. You know, like nobody's ever... It's one thing if it's like the first couple times you're meeting, fine. But if you notice that people aren't getting a little deeper, or you notice people aren't sharing a little deeper, you notice people aren't being vulnerable, that could be like a red flag that these people aren't in it forever. They might just be in it in kind of like, well, whatever, I don't want to give myself to this. I just need other people that I can talk to about the stuff I want to talk to. So you might not be fostering connections that way. your phase is different is another sign you're in a toxic mom group. Like maybe you work and all the women are stay-at-home moms, you know, like that might just be not even toxic. It just might not be good for you. Or maybe you're a single mom and everybody else is in a marriage, little things like that. Like it's not necessarily everyone's fault or your fault. It just might not be the group for you and you're making yourself like a square peg in a round hole. Like don't do that to yourself. Like make it easier where you can. And finally, you just don't feel good after you hang out with them. I mean, after you hang out with your mom group, you should feel good. If you don't feel good, that's a red flag. Like nobody knows what they're doing. This is what I know 16 years after being hacked inherently.
Right.
So that really gets me now.
It's true. Like there's no manual. There's no manual. They give you this person.
They
and
just
say,
give
bye.
it to you. Yeah, they're like, all right, use a car seat.
Go
and you're like, wait,
it.
what?
I mean,
you let me take this home?
I had no idea. I still don't know any idea what I'm doing. But.
The oldest are always the one you're like.
Yeah. Yeah, we have two, so we don't know like the third and the fourth.
Oh my gosh! I bet you guys with the third and fourth kids, it's like,
yeah.
Those are the friends I'd want in my mom group. If I ever did it again, I'd be like, I want the people that have 4 kids.
Yeah,
and I want to be in their mom.
Even
group.
with the second one, Abby, I don't know. Me myself, I had like much more confidence.
Sure.
The first one, I had 0 confidence.
Right.
So
not only are these mom groups being formed, they're being formed when you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself.
Right.
And that's normal.
Right. Yes.
But there's like a lot of pressure on you.
Yes.
Because it's very stressful.
Of course.
So how do problematic moms how do their auras display that now?
Oh my gosh.
It's like a great place to say, auras aren't excuses, but they do explain behavior. Intention is your own. Intention is not an aura problem. It's your own free will problem. So if you have a bad intention or a good intention, your aura just kind of manages the patterns of that, not the reasons behind it. Does it? I hope.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yes.
Because now I'm going to throw some of you under the bus. Okay.
Yeah,
yellows.
We're throwing everyone under the bus.
Here we go.
Including ourselves.
Woo. Okay. We'll start with yellows.
Okay.
So this is like a problematic yellow. They're too planned. They're too themed. They're too perfectionistic. They kind of get queen bee on you, and you start getting thrown out of the group if you're like 5 minutes late.
Right. And, okay. But here's the thing. Now that we know this, okay. Now that I know a yellow and a purple.
Right.
So let's say there's a purple in this group in the yellow leader.
Yeah.
But then I can see so many problems coming from that. Like the yellow mom. Again, I don't want to say that they're judgy or anything, but they could just start saying, why is she doing the raising of her kid that way?
Right.
Yeah. So now this purple mom, let's say, is letting her.
Kid wear boots.
Right. Or eat ice cream past midnight or something.
Yeah.
And now then you have, let's say, a yellow mom or any other mom now saying, wait a second, why are you doing that? Right.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about that with the other moms.
Yeah.
This is disastrous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, your kid is their own aura color too.
Right.
That's the other thing, guys.
Right.
So you might be this demure, chill person. I'm talking about myself here. And then you have a red purple kid as your first one.
Right.
And she's like hitting everybody. And you're like, oh my God.
What do I do?
I don't know what to do. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
And they're judging until they get their second or third. And you're like, yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
Like God just gives you something. You know? Anyways.
So, because you have a purple indigo.
Yeah.
You
that's
raising
me.
A red purple.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what.
Right.
Yeah. So
oh my God.
It's a lot. But yeah, so yellows can be problematic when they're a little too controlling over their vision.
Okay.
And then they get, yeah.
Then so
now
let's take the purple.
Yeah, because this is a problematic purple problem. Gossip. I mean, I would say the purples, they just read people to filth anyways. So if you have an intention that's already not great, it's very easy for a purple to sway the entire group that someone's a big weirdo.
Right.
Or someone's like, they're having problems. Or like purples are really good at moving the vibration of the group to ostracize somebody. They can work underneath the layers to move the group vibrationally that way. And then inner circles can start to form. Now we have an inner circle.
Also the purple try to get under the yellow skin because they're a little rebellious and maybe they don't want to go to the park at noon.
Oh, there's passive-aggressive purples.
I'm not showing up at noon.
Really, if you're a problematic purple, very easy to piss off the problematic yellow.
Right.
It's I don't know, it's a Dora the Explorer themed party, and then your kid comes dressed as Rapunzel.
Right.
she's Rapunzel. It's like, but this is Dora the Explorer. Right. It's like, okay, well, she's Rapunzel. Well, she can't be in the pictures. And then the whole group's like, oh. And then you can turn everybody against the yellow. Oh my God. It's funny.
All right.
If it weren't true.
Right. All right. We got the Indigos.
Oh, Indigos.
They've already left. They're gone. They left the toxic group. They left the problematic moms. You don't know where they are. You're trying to find her.
Yeah. The problem with Indigos is like when they get problematic, they just ghost.
They're gone.
And Bye. Then you're like, hey, I thought we connected, had a talk, and they're like not answering their texts.
Right.
And they've changed their whole schedule to avoid library hour with you.
Right.
And you're like, you run into their husband at the grocery store. You're like, hey, where's Sheila?
Right.
She doesn't return my calls. And they're like, oh, like in their heads, they're like, oh, she did it again. She ghosted it. Now I got to deal with this person. So that's a problematic Indigo problem. They just like poof without telling you why.
Okay.
Blues. The blue problematics, they're very sensitive. Okay, when they get problematic, they get very sensitive. And then they get very victimized without any self-reflection. So it's like, oh my God, Sheila didn't invite me to the cupcake party at the park. And that was totally on purpose. And it's like, hey, did you ever not invite somebody to something? Like, they're not thinking like maybe like a problematic blue doesn't think like, well, maybe they didn't mean to, or maybe it wasn't their intention, or maybe they're just exhausted, or maybe they just forgot to include you on the group text, like chill out, or maybe just like text them and be like, hey, is there a cupcake party? I can come too, right? Everything's cool, like they don't do that. So.
All right, now what about this one?
Ooh.
And I don't know if these are blues that do this, but you were talking about like blues earlier, sense of community, raising them kind of the same. Like they're okay. Now I'm a red, right? Now and I'm in my mom group,
right?
And now let's say this blue mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it the blues, but let's say there is a blue mom.
Yeah.
All right. And all of a sudden she starts parenting my kid.
Oh, a problematic.
Right. Like,
blue.
Don't do it this way. We do it this way. And like, I'm a red, right? And maybe that's the right way too. It could be the right way.
It depends how they're doing it.
But it's not my way.
Well.
And sometimes the mom, they do.
That's a good question.
Some moms do overstep.
How do you deal with a mom that parents your kid?
Yes.
I've dealt with that.
Yes.
I think we've all dealt with that as
Everyone
kids.
probably
Oh my
has,
God,
sure.
yeah. Like you're all right now having a vision flash in your head of when some other mom took your kid to the side and started yelling at your flipping kid.
Yeah. Or they told your kid, like, this is how we do it.
Right.
And it could be the right way. I'm not saying it's the wrong way.
Well, it depends.
But it's not your way.
It depends on the situation.
Right.
Well, that's not the right way to do it. You have to talk to the parent first.
Right.
You can't just talk to the kid. Unless it's like an immediate danger situation, obviously, like that. But if it's not, then you have to,
Yeah.
But do the blue moms do that? I feel like all the moms. I think that's just a mom thing.
Okay.
Like it could be a mom thing, and that's why it's important to have really good relationships with your mom friends.
Yeah.
So that if your mom friend does something, and you know what, this is actually, and I don't want to just put this on the blues.
No.
But I will say that now that you mention it, this is a blue thing, because when their kid gets hurt, or maybe your kid took that kid's toy or something, that blue mom gets immediately victimized. Like, so your kid violated my kid, and then it triggers like them somehow. And then they can start getting really mean to your kid.
Right.
So that is a problematic blue problem. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen, actually now you mention it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You have I could really see where red, yellows.
They can carry the victimization for their kid, and then a yellow might be like, "Don't talk to my kid like that," or like a red for sure.
Yeah.
The green might be like, "What happened? Let's talk about it.
Right.
What's going on?" Like they don't get immediately like triggered. A purple just might be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna slap you," like, or something, like verbally slap you.
Now so in come the turquoise.
Oh, turquoise.
But I can see them getting a lot of if you don't know you're a turquoise and you're in one of these mom groups, and you're doing your thing, which you say is a little bit off the beaten path with your kids.
Yes.
And these yellow moms, red moms, and all the other moms are looking at you like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
This could be real problematic.
Yeah, but let's say you're a problematic turquoise, though.
Right.
So I think problematic turquoises can be a little bit like blues, but I think they can also get very stressed if people aren't aligning with their beliefs.
Right.
Now I'm just going to say something which is controversial, but I don't care because every single mom has heard this. I'm going to talk about vaccinations.
Oh boy.
A lot of times, and I'm not just saying all turquoises, but like that is a hot topic with moms these days. And that is, I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I get my kids vaccinated. You do you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I'm just saying that is a hot topic. So let's say some mom comes in and let's say it's like, I believe in it or I don't believe in it. Okay. Then the other moms can, a problematic one can be like, but my way's the only way.
Right.
Like that. And that can be a problem for sometimes I think problematic turquoises a little bit. Like they have a belief that's so firm that if you disagree with it, they can get like hurt inside, like emotionally hurt.
So vaccinations are like politic talk for moms.
Yes. Yes.
Like stay away from the vaccination talk.
No, don't talk about that. Like that's like religion, politics, vaccines, moms.
But then there's the problem because like if you're in this mom group, you're going to want to know if all the kids are vaccinated or not vaccinated.
It's really stressful, you guys. And I think all the moms of babies right now are having like a lot of stress.
Okay.
Because you're like, okay, I don't want to bring my kid to the group if you don't vaccinate at home.
Right. Like if you didn't get the measles shot, you
know,
can't be in our group.
Or if you have older kids that never got vaccinated, they could give my younger kids measles or like things like that. And it is controversial to talk about. And it makes everybody else stressed out because we don't want to fight. But but at the same, two things can be true. It's also very relevant right now, and it's something that's happening a lot. So you kind of want to hang out with people that do the same thing you do. Okay, I think with that. Yeah. But it can be. But I guess like the problem is when people get their feelings really twisted about it. One way or the other. Yeah. It's very compounding. It's a hard time to be a mom or dad right now.
All right. In comes the pink with the joy bubble. Everything's super duper great. What's the problem?
I think a problematic pink, like they just kind of like if you're talking too much, they don't hear you. Or if you're not doing what they want to do, they just shut you out.
Right.
So you're just like, did you even hear what I said? And they're like, they won't say this, but their vibe is like, not really, and I don't care.
Okay. Or their kid comes dressed as a princess, to like the library social or whatever.
Well, that's fine. That's like a you problem if you have a problem with that. It's more kind of like if you're a problematic pink, maybe you shut people out quicker or more frequently, then maybe you should. You know, like that. The joy bubble has like it's a little thicker.
All right, what about the greens?
I hate to say, like, I'm saying it again, like, greens and reds aren't too bad.
Because they're not in them that much.
They just don't care to be part of your group as much.
Right.
Greens are just so independent. Like, almost, I guess a problematic green would be, like, they're independent to a fault. Okay. But maybe they just don't, they're, like, not, like, include me, cool. I won't include you. I won't even think about including you. You know, like that on the flip side. So you might be like, I'm always inviting Green Aura to everything, and she never invites me to one thing. It's like, well, she's not thinking about doing that.
Right.
Nor would she invite anyone, really, unless you're kind of like around her at the time she's making the choice.
Or maybe like they just all kind of meet up at the Science Museum. And they're not even part of the group, but they form a group while they're at the Science Museum.
Green Mom and their kids, they crack me up. They're always, if you see them out in the wild.
Yeah.
And turquoises are a little bit like this too, but they're dressed more kind of hippie. But like green moms, everyone's kind of wearing very practical clothes, and they're always learning something. Like green mom is constantly teaching them something that I probably need to learn too. They're like, that's the North Star, and following like there's like planetarium talk, or meanwhile like with my kids, I'm like making up goofy songs and stuff because I'm purple. But green moms are like, everyone, let's take a look at this plant. There's the seed follicle. I don't even know. Like, what's germination, Tommy? You know, like that. And like, they're always teaching. So I can see like other mom groups being like, that's boring or something. They might not find, then that's not even problematic. I went off topic. That's just like green mom behavior.
Sure.
So their groups are kind of just like themselves a little bit. But then red aura moms, they're not really mushy emotionally in general, but then a problematic red might be like very honest about that. Okay. You know, like.
They're going to maybe call you out.
Yeah, like what's wrong with you? Why would you talk about that? Yeah. Like out loud. Like I'm not your therapist.
We're not doing this.
Like then that's
we're not doing this.
Like that's a really stupid idea. Or they might even say, but they might just be a little bit too direct and aggressive.
Right.
Whereas like a non-problematic red says it in different ways. You know, maybe they use their empath color to kind of like say something that needs to be said that's softer. But maybe a problematic red's just like, your kid's not smarter than mine, so stop saying it.
Right.
Like that.
There's just so many problems. I don't. Here's the good news. No matter what you do,
Right.
that group is eventually going to end. Because the kids are going to grow up.
You know what? There is a way out, guys.
There's going to be a way out. That's all I can tell you. But yeah, this just seems, like I said, this is causing anxiety in me, and I don't usually get anxiety.
It causes, as I talk about it, and I'm not even in it anymore,
Yeah.
it gives me such anxiety.
Yeah.
And because I'm triggered from when I went through it back then. You know, like, how do I ask somebody? Like, how do I do this? How do I say this? Like, how do I navigate this? Who's going to be mad at me? Like, it's so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, a lot of Mystic Michaela spiritual family members are moms.
Yes.
Great moms.
Yes.
And you put up a thread.
I did.
And there's so many stories. We're going to go through them. We'll check it out in a second.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. Okay, so if you go onto the Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family on Facebook, you'll find this thread. Actually, it's, I read through it. It's really, I wish I would have had this info.
Yeah, you were loving it.
I love it.
I wish I had this info, too.
I mean, and honestly, if you do have someone that, is open to auras and this kind of thing, maybe share this episode with them or share that thread with them. It's really helpful.
I think it's helpful. It makes you feel not alone in the very least.
Yeah, it definitely does. All right, why don't you start?
I'll start. And there's so many.
There's so many. And they're all great.
I had to pick Ashley.
They're great.
They are great. And they're so,
great.
vulnerable. And I really appreciate you guys as always. Ashley N. Okay. Her colors are yellow, pink, and purple.
Okay.
All right. So right off the bat, yellow, pink, and purple. She's going to be kind of like the pink, and the purple. I can see people kind of just like, oh, what's her deal? It's a unique aura combo. So she wrote, all right, my discussion groups know this about me. Shout out to the waffles and the Doritos. But I've been trying to build relationships with local moms. I go on coffee meetups, some play dates, all the school events. I volunteer often at the school, and I take my daughter to lots of birthday parties. But I feel like there are walls around everyone, including myself, where we just can't let loose and be fully authentic. So it can be awkward, and people rush home. I went on a really fun play date with a group of moms a few weeks ago, and I was there authentically as me, dressed like me. I felt like we all had a good time, and I clicked particularly well with the purple moms, but I haven't seen them since. I saw one of the yellow moms recently, and she acted like she didn't know me. Oh. My daughter has a best friend at school for the past 3 years. They play together every day at recess. I've reached out to the mom several times asking if we can all meet up at the park. She either says no or ghosts me. Her daughter recently told me that she isn't allowed to play with my daughter, although she does anyway at school. Her mom's very yellow. Sometimes I feel like the moms around here all have their... the cat.
That's the cat.
That's our cat.
Having a sneezing fit.
What?
During Ashley's story.
Sorry. I feel like Ashley would be okay with that.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's see. Sometimes I feel like the moms around here all have their secret clubs that are status social climbing based. And sometimes I feel like my aura automatically triggers them and they have no interest in getting to know me. Yeah, I agree.
What's Ashley's colors again?
She's yellow, pink, and purple. See, she's so authentic.
Right.
And so herself and has no shield because she's secure with who she is. That these people who have walls around them are immediately terrified and triggered and would have to access that part of themselves to engage with her. That's what's going on.
And obviously these women don't know pink auras. They don't know what pink auras are all about. If they knew that.
If they knew.
She'd be totally fine.
They'd understand. She's fun.
Maybe we need a mom discussion group. Mr. Michaela, spiritual mom discussion group.
Not even
that
joking.
Could be really helpful.
Yeah.
All right. So I picked Bailey J. And I just picked her because, you were talking about how greens don't need the groups and the turquoises feel like an outsider.
Yeah.
So I thought this one just fit, just as an example. So Bailey is green and turquoise, you call that greenquoise, who wears blue at times. Mm-hmm. I've tried to become part of mom groups, and I've realized it's just not for me. Aww. For a while, I felt like I was missing out, but I've come to the conclusion that most of these groups just feel like middle high school cliques playing themselves out again and again.
Yeah.
I'm either triggered by people or allowing my boundaries to be crossed when I try to fit in with moms at my kids' school. So I'm good at doing my own thing and finding support elsewhere.
Oh.
And that I like that
her.
one. Good for you. And she knows her colors, and that's probably very helpful. And yeah, I just picked this one because I think it fits what we were talking about
Yeah.
with the aura combos.
Yeah, greens and turquoises are very introspective. They
Right.
can be very layered. And I love that she's not internalizing that as there's something wrong with her.
Right.
She knows that, you know what, I'm just different than a lot of these people. And that's why at some point we all need to live on a Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family commune where the turquoise run it. And none of this will ever be a problem again.
Yes. There was also a lot of other greens and turquoises in the thread that said basically the same thing.
It seems like a green/turquoise thing.
Yes.
Which is interesting. All right, I have Elizabeth M. She wrote this. I was in a very superficial neighborhood moms group, and I was leading with my yellow-blue and trying to act the demure mom role to fit in, laugh at the jokes, but pretty soon my purple started showing with absolutely zero tolerance for the gossip about lawns. Like, OMG, we're floating on a rock. Why is everyone so pressed about Sally across the street's rose bushes not being pruned? I got kicked out once I started to ask the elephant in the room out loud, why are we so worried about the rose bushes? The roses look pretty. Or whatever the group was, I kept asking why and got kicked out of the group chat really quick. They still host parties in their front lawn, and I assume still making fun of me and my very non-pruned butterfly tree. But the freedom of no longer giving a crap is a high I'll live off for years to come.
What color is she?
She's purple. She's a tricolor.
Oh, okay.
But she shut out her purple at first, which is like she was editing herself. So she shut out her purple and she's like, hey guys, I'm going to be yellow blue, and let's have cupcake party. I always use that. Cupcake party at 9 a.m. or whatever. And then one day, like, she just couldn't handle it anymore. Her purple was
took over.
I'm going to bomb this crap, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
We're done.
The tornado came. The tricolor tornado came out.
And let's give them something to talk about, right?
Love it.
Nice job, Elizabeth.
Good job.
That just made me laugh really hard.
All right. I have Katie C. Okay. All right. I just finished venting about this. I'm a pink blue.
Oh.
One particular friend group, I'm the only one with a girl, while the other moms are boy moms.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about this. The difference between whether you have a girl or a boy.
We didn't
right?
even get into this.
Yeah, your mom group was all girls.
It was, yeah.
But let's say it's mixed or mostly boys. Whatever.
Right.
My baby is also the youngest, so I'm the new mom. Oh,
that's hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
They all
That's
have
hard.
to tell you what to do.
Yep. They love to tell you what to do.
They love it.
They love to tell me. Yep. There we go. They love to tell me and harp on that boys are so much harder than girls, and girls just sit politely and behave while boys are climbing on tables and breaking things. It makes me feel inadequate and that I'm not a real mom.
Oh,
come on, Katie. You are a real mom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a real mom because I have it so much easier with a girl. I think it's just hard to be a mom in general, and there's so much toxicity and competition rather than support.
Oh, the competition. All right.
Yeah. Well, first of all, yes, you are a real mom, Katie.
Yes. Boys versus girls. I mean, it's all hard. And it's all hard.
Yeah.
It's just,
yeah.
it is
different
a
ways.
little different, but it's all hard.
Sure.
But it's interesting because I feel like pink blues, those are the ones I always worry about. They're like the little person in the mom group that everybody gives advice to and then can feel smart about it after.
Is blow up your mom group. Purple bomb it. Do whatever it takes.
Just piss them off.
Just destroy that group.
Join Elizabeth
Burn
in the revolution.
Burn it to the ground. Burn your mom group to the ground. That's our advice.
All right. This is a great thread.
Okay.
We just read this all day.
Is. Yes, we could.
I feel like we all need a bottle of wine. That's my kind of mom group.
Yeah.
All right. Jennifer P. says, my purple has craved the community, so I helped bring together other mamas in the area for coffee and park meetups with our kiddos. It became too much for my indigo. I did, however, meet a like-minded mama at one of the gatherings, and eventually I stopped planning all the meetups and became close friends with her. Having a close circle of deep soul-connected friends is best for me. I have a best friend from major stages of my life, and they are still my best friends now. I found big mama gatherings and groups aren't for me with all the clashing opinions, different values, and girls who were likely mean girls in high school are still the mean girls. I did have a hard time with one of the mamas who really wanted to help. She wanted to plan 3 months out and make it way more complicated than what I was doing with my flexible planning. I'm pretty sure she was a yellow-blue. Yeah. So she was a purple mom who started trying to plan all this stuff. And then, of course, the yellow came in and was like, hi, hey, you're not, doing it right. Let me help you. And then, she was just like, forget it. I'm done. And she, indigo-sid with some other lady.
Yeah.
And she's happy now. Okay. And that's great. So good. I think that's like an indigo story, an indigo happy mom community story.
All right. I have Kim Kim B, and she is confirmed purple blue to go.
Okay.
So she became a mother at 19.
Oh, that's
and her daughter grew into a wonderful person.
Of course.
Throughout that time, I often felt judged by other mothers. I think their attitudes stem from my young age and the fact that I had my first child at 19. Yeah, that's hard too, right?
That's
when
hard.
The judgment. Yeah, like, only 19, right, blah, blah, blah. Which may have led them to see me as inexperienced and or judged. Many assumed they knew my type. I guess,
ouch. The judginess.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wore or still do it sometimes inauthentic red. Well, you're going to have
she had to wear GSD.
Get that red going, Kim.
Yeah.
And blow this mom group up. They never seem to want my help. Yeah. On any of the mom groups.
That's terrible.
So I guess,
That's hard when you're a young mom.
You're a young mom.
Plus purple.
Yeah.
Young plus purple means they're going to judge you.
Right.
And then you automatically feel like you're in a lower class.
Right.
Or you're a bad influence or whatever. That's just what you're going to pick up.
Yeah.
May I just say something? I read so many people. A lot of people have kids young. And like teenagers, they do. It happens. Okay. And I will say, on the whole, these moms are some of the best mothers I've ever read. They grow up with their kids, and their kids end up, these are like really vulnerable moms. Like you have your kid that young, what happens is you're like, I don't know everything, and you're real honest about it with your kid. And your kid understands that. And I see like really lovely bonds between moms and their kids when they're young. So if that happened to you, and if you're a young mom, honestly, it's a really interesting relationship, but not a bad one. But yeah, that's sick. I know that feeling too, like to feel people judging or, having an idea about you. And it's just so dirty feeling.
Now there were a few positive ones, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't read those.
Yeah, we didn't read those. But there were. There is a flip side. There are some positive mom groups.
I know. And some people were like, I love my mom group. And then I was looking at some of the mom groups who some people put pictures in. And what I noticed was just kind of general in the good mom groups, everyone's just down to earth. I got that kind of vibe. And all different aura colors because it's not really the aura's problem. It's more the intention problem.
Yeah. Are there dad? I wasn't in one. Are there dad groups?
Like dad talk?
Is there dad talk? Like, are there dad?
Like dad talk?
Toxic dad
Do you know what I'm
groups?
talking about?
No.
Dad talk?
No, it's dad
Secret
talk.
Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh, the dads?
Dad talk.
Oh, yeah.
They're mom talk.
That's definitely toxic.
And dad talk.
I mean,
Are
or maybe,
there?
I don't know. I mean, maybe single dads would be more. I don't know.
So there's always like.
I mean, I wasn't in one. I didn't know.
Sometimes there's always like that one dad in the mom group. You were joking about it, but
no.
that wasn't you. But sometimes there's always
me.
like a dad and he's in the mom group.
I mean, we would hang out like as family, so I knew the dads, like of the moms, of like the moms that were in the group, and then I'd hang out with the dads. But we just talked about football or something.
Yeah,
we didn't usually talk about.
It depends. Like I think if there's more stay-at-home dads, there's going to be more stay-at-home dads. There's going to be more dad groups or dads infiltrating mom groups because it's really not about gender. It's about community. Like you really do need help.
You need it, and and therein lies the problem that you kind of need this.
You need it
because especially with the first one, you're so nervous and lack of confidence,
right?
And inexperienced,
and also your mindset,
right?
Yeah,
and you're like, what is going on here? It is a shocking change,
and you're scared all the time.
Yeah, like you don't like this is for I guess people that have never had a kid, and here I go dad-splaining, but I don't know if like anything prepares you for that moment when you bring that kid home,
especially
and it's just yours. Like
I think you realize that you're like, oh, wait, what?
I was like,
like guess God, we had a kid.
Okay. Thank God I had you because I had no clue.
No, we had each
what
other.
to do.
We had each other.
I would just be, you'd just be like, all right, we need this. I'm like, all right, I am going to, what was that? Not Toys R Us.
Babies R Us?
I'm going to Babies R Us. I'm getting these 3 things.
Is that crazy? Babies R Us is gone now.
Yeah. And that was like I felt like that's how I contributed. Like I will go to the store at midnight.
A swing.
And get this swing at midnight.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to my contribution.
Got it. Did it.
All right.
And it's hard. It's hard. And I think hopefully this episode helps you understand that you have needs too. You have spiritual, energetic needs. And it's important to pay attention to them when you join any group, especially a mom group when you're so vulnerable in this transformation. But this podcast is for you and about you. And we're so glad you spent some time with us today.
Hello, podcast fans. If you're looking for a new podcast, if you enjoy articles, books, pop culture, and hilarity, try listening to the Brain Candy Podcast.
That's right. The Brain Candy Podcast has over 500 episodes of educational hilarity to satiate your learning needs. Just search for the Brain Candy Podcast on your podcast app or click the link in the show notes.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.